Sheriff Rick Bradshaw. Thank you for joining us for this episode of Behind the Star.
Thanks, Sheriff Bradshaw. The Palm Beach Sheriff's Office presented some good news to the Wellington Public Safety Committee during a recent meeting. Lieutenant Eli Shavitz was able to report that thanks in part to an increase in traffic enforcement, vehicle crashes were down 4% in the last year. The commander of the Wellington district also had good news to report on crime.
I'm going to put up what I feel, and I think a lot of the council feels, is probably the most important slide in the entire thing, which would be this. And this is one that we've done for the last few years, and basically it shows you where we stand population-wise with some other cities. We're about in the middle, and then if you look at, let's say, residential burglaries per 100 residents, we're almost at the bottom. Vehicle burglaries, we are at the bottom, and robberies, we are at the bottom. So these are really, really good numbers. I think out of the entire presentation, I think this is the most important slide, and that's why I wanted to put it up.
PBSO works hard to fight crime across Palm Beach County, but residents play an important role in keeping the numbers down. If you see something, say something. Now you can go to the PBSO app and report problems. The app also allows users to receive alerts of what's going on in your area. Tragedies can be prevented. We all need to stay vigilant of our surroundings and be able to speak up if we see something suspicious. Besides the app, you can always call 911 if it's an emergency, or you can make your report online. When your heart is in the right place, you excel. Our PBSO crossing guards are dedicated to helping the children in Palm Beach County cross the streets on their way to and back from school. It's a great career for parents with small children. To join the PBSO family, apply today. An estimated 240 million calls are made to 911 in the United States each year. These heroes are on the other end of the line, in charge to send help to whoever is in distress. And PBSO is hiring. You can start making a difference today. And if you live in Palm Beach County and want to be part of PBSO, you can join our volunteers. These team members patrol neighborhoods. They are on the water with our Marine unit, and there are opportunities to be a part of the dispatch unit. For more information, call Deputy Canavan at 561-688-3921. We are now officially in hurricane season. The key is preparation. It's important all residents have a plan, review insurance documents, and stay informed. Here at PBSO, we will be sharing tips and updates throughout the hurricane season to keep everyone safe. Every summer, the concerns are hurricanes and heat. Just like in this video, you can always beat the high temperatures by getting ice cream, but it's important to stay hydrated with lots of water and make sure you spend time indoors or in shaded areas. If you or anyone you know displays signs of heat exhaustion or a heat stroke, call 911. It's also important to protect your pets this summer from suffering heat stroke. In case you didn't know, leaving pets inside a parked car is considered animal cruelty in Florida. If you see a dog alone in a vehicle, call 911 immediately. Recently, we arrested a woman for animal cruelty. Her dogs were inside an SUV for at least 1 hour. This took place in a Marshall's parking lot on Glades Road in Boca Raton. Thankfully, we were able to rescue the animals. Here at PBSO, we would like to let you know about our new docuseries called The Nameless. Each episode will center around the murder of a person who remains unidentified. We call this first case the Blue Bin Murder.
Florida has numerous cases of murder victims whose identities have yet to be found. In most of these cases, the murderers also go undiscovered. Yet, we strive to seek justice. The Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office has around 360 unsolved homicides dating back to 1962. These are those stories. The Blue Bin Murder. This is the case of an unidentified woman found naked and stuffed inside of a blue Rubbermaid container in South Bay, Florida. The year is 2005. It's a calm and peaceful day in the isolated farmlands of the Glades in South Florida. The rich black soil and the lake's vast waters make South Bay a desolate field in the westernmost part of South Florida. On April 18th, a British long-distance cyclist who was pedaling north along the isolated US 27 road into Palm Beach County was looking for a place to camp overnight. As he looked at his surroundings, he noticed a large, partially hidden blue container and stopped to take a look. To his surprise, he found something he never thought he would come across. Detectives arrived at the scene of this unidentified woman described as white, believed to be from a southeastern Europe background, 5 feet tall, weighing approximately 112 pounds, with reddish-brown hair. Detectives immediately delved into any clues they could gather from the body. Because of the decomposition, our detectives visited our forensic artists in our homicide division. These talented artists examined the skeleton composition and coupled that with the genealogy information to render what the woman would have looked like. Due to her teeth composition, she is believed to be elderly. She was missing several teeth and had several porcelain fused and gold crowns in her mouth and gap between the 2 front teeth. The victim had a right breast mastectomy, which indicates she at some point could have had breast cancer. Her body left us with indications that she had been receiving radiation therapy. The autopsy revealed her manner of death was a violent homicide, yet the means of how she was murdered were not specified. South Florida, Miami, Broward, and Palm Beach County has numerous cases of bodies found in rural areas. Our detectives will not rest until they get the answers. But now we need your help. Take a good look at this rendering. If there's a missing relative or friend or someone you know matches this description and has gone missing around 2005 or prior, Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office detectives want to speak with you. Together, we can solve this brutal homicide and bring to justice those responsible.
Here at PBSO, we want to congratulate all the new graduates out there. This exciting time was captured in a story produced 2 years ago. Our communications team profiled 6 inmates who received their GED diplomas.
We're here today because we had 6 of our students to graduate from the West County Detention Center GED program. The GED program is where the students have a second chance to get an opportunity to get a high school diploma. They are required to do the same thing as a high school student would do. They get their language arts, they get their science, they have their social studies, and they have math. Everybody deserves a second chance. And these guys, they're human. They're gonna have a life after they leave jail, and they need to have credentials so that they can go to college and they can get a job. A lot of these guys are young men, very young men, and they need to have a chance to be successful in life. We've had success with the young men that graduate and the women that graduate from the GED program.
As of 2018.
This is far from a waste of money. What is a waste is having a lot of these guys sit here and do nothing. Here, these guys are using their time after making bad decisions. They're using their time to do something positive and to educate themselves and then go back out and be tax-paying citizens.
I didn't want to bring God into this, but it's kind of difficult to not do that because that's who I believe in, that's who I serve. He has a plan for everyone, and we have to fulfill that plan whether we want to or not.
My advice to anyone who sees this is to never say you can't do anything, because the worst thing you can do to yourself as a person is to one day die wondering what if.
You gotta really just set in your mind the goals that you have and just go after them 100%, 110%. You gotta keep going. It's all about hitting the nose to the grindstone hard and just getting after it, getting after everything you want in life. And I wanted this GED so bad. For me, I told myself I was going to do it, and I did it.
I'm doing this GED for my daughter and me to better myself and hopefully go to college and do computer engineering.
Here's another story from our archives. We feature the Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office SWAT team conducting training with 11 officers from the Haitian National Police.
The shooting stance is exactly the same, whether I'm by myself shooting a rifle or whether I'm behind the shield. You guys ready to shoot?
Okay,
Yep. Weapons unsafe!
Security.
For the past week, the Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office SWAT team has been working with the Haitian National Police conducting ballistic shield training. There's 11 that are currently in the program this past week. Their narcotics division and their SWAT team. We spent 2 days inside of our shoot house showing them different tactics.
Let's go.
With room clearing, passing doors, passing rooms, entering into rooms, encountering subjects inside of the rooms, and how to deal with them through ways that we have learned over the years with training with the shields.
I'm moving my body around the weapon, so pretend the weapon's on a stand here.
We spent an entire day on the firearms range, showing them different techniques, shooting one-handed behind a shield and the difficulties with that.
Whether it's 5 yards or 300 yards, it's a very short distance from
High and low.
And then we introduced a patrol rifle into the firing portion as well, where it showed them the difficulties of making sure that the shield operator is safe as well as the person that's covering them with the rifle. We built it on a 40-hour, approximately 8 hours per day program, and at that 8-hour marker per day, they wanted to keep going. It's been very positive feedback so far.
We already have an idea about the shield. Since we come, I think our knowledge is coming more and more because we got some new techniques that is really important to use the shield. So I can say, in other words, it's really beneficial for us to come here and to get that training.
Show your hands! Show your hands!
Excellent.
So at the driving range, we conducted vehicle operations where they may encounter a barricaded subject in a vehicle, as well as if they had to encounter rescuing an injured officer or civilian, and how to utilize the ballistic shields to recover that person, minimizing injury to themselves.
Today the officers had an opportunity to demonstrate what they've learned. They did teach backs for the instructors here to show off their knowledge and their skills, and they'll be participating in a graduation, and tomorrow they will head back to Haiti.
In the name of the entire team, and in the name of the Haitian National Police, he wants to tell you that you have a professional team. They were very impressed by the way that they administered the training.
How come everybody's coming here? Any idea?
Apparently we're getting quite a good reputation for our training program. The Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office has such a wide variety and subject matter experts in different programs, and it's been a huge success this week. A lot of great feedback and a really great group of guys that we've been working with.
PBSO wished all the dads out there a happy Father's Day. Thank you for taking on the important yet challenging role of being a parent. Some kids begin the school year with new shoes. Others end the year with new shoes. Here's more on our efforts at Lake Park Elementary School. The Piper's Angels Foundation recently held their annual Crossing for a Cure event. For more on the fundraiser and the role PBSO plays, here is a story from 2019.
Paddlers in the event, over 80 boats in the event. The event is called Crossing for a Cure. It is to benefit Piper's Angels Foundation, to benefit those with families and those with cystic fibrosis. We left for Bimini on the 12th. We spent a few days there doing events with the foundation, and like I said, we left at midnight this morning, and this is a very grueling 80-mile journey from Bimini to Lake Worth Beach.
Here we get started.
So we have two different groups here. We have crew and we have paddlers. So we have Sergeant Michael Mendelsberg. We have Ashley Poor, Deputy Greg Harris.
Hello.
Deputy Tom Hannigan Jr. He's captaining the boat right now. Just off to his left side over there, we have Deputy Greg Meehan. And then at the front, we have retired Lieutenant Tom Hannigan Sr. We have obviously one of our paddlers. She's a civilian employee, that's Midori Robbins. And Midori and Ashley both work in PAL, in the Police Athletic League, for the Sheriff's Office.
A long way out. I know, but we've come a long way though, so we're good.
And we're doing a what they call a 4-person relay team. So the 4 of us are alternating every half hour or, a few miles or so.
We're doing this for the Collins family.
Yes. So 2 things I want to mention. So Kathy Collins is an employee with the Sheriff's Office. We're dedicating our paddle to her and her family. Her son tragically died of cystic fibrosis, and her daughter currently lives with the disease. So we're doing this for you, Kathy Collins and your family. We love you. How you feeling, Greg? The Sheriff's Office is such a benevolent organization. We raise collectively $110,000, all by Sheriff's Office employees donating to our team in this cause. So thank you very much.
The teachers, staff, and students at Barton Elementary wanted to thank PBSO for their help in creating a special day at the school in Lake Worth Beach. It is with unspeakable sadness that we announce the unexpected passing of Deputy Stephen Murphy. Deputy Murphy's PBSO career spanned 26 and a half years, with 18 of those years dedicated to corrections. Let's keep the Murphy family in our thoughts and prayers. Sadly, we learned that retired Deputy Raul Camargo Jr. has passed away at the age of 67. He was loved by his family, his wife of 50 years, his children, and his grandchildren. Serving his county was his passion. He did it with love and a great sense of humor. We also honor the passing of retired Deputy Gregory Cabrera. Our thoughts and prayers are with his coworkers of many years, friends, and loved ones. And we honor the memory of Deputy Sheriff Frank D. Genovese, who served with pride and courage until the very end. To serve and protect was his oath. To honor him is our duty.
I'm Sheriff Rick Bradshaw, and I'm pleased to announce that text to 911 is now available in Palm Beach County. Even though this technology is now available, it's important for you to still call when you can and text when you can't. And here's a few things you need to know about text to 911.
When should you text? Texting to 911 is an option for individuals that are deaf, hard of hearing, have a speech impairment, or in an emergency situation where a voice call is not possible. With texting to 911 now available, why is it still so important to call? When seconds matter, a conversation is the best and fastest way for a dispatcher to retrieve and deliver life-saving information. There is no replacement to the calm voice on the other end of a line in a true emergency. How does it work? Your phone must have a data plan that supports texting. Find the text icon on your phone. Tap New Message, type 911, no space or dash in the To field. Make sure to include the street address, city, and/or town. Include the type of emergency, police, fire, or medical. Currently, our system is not capable of receiving photos or videos, just plain text messages. Do not send a group text. And do not use acronyms, abbreviations, or emojis. 911 responders will reply to your text. If your text didn't go through, you'll receive a message letting you know.
Also, remember that calling or texting to 911 when it's not an emergency and it's on purpose could be a crime. It can distract attention away from people who truly need help. Don't text and drive ever. And lastly, please remember, call when you can, text when you can't.
For more information on Text to 911 in Palm Beach County, visit us at www.pbso.org/text-to-911.
And now some news and notes from around the Palm Beach Sheriff's Office. Purple Heart veteran USMC Lance Corporal Leonard Chong enlisted in the military because he wanted to serve his country. The community came together to thank him for his service with a mortgage-free home in Lake Worth Beach. Thanks to Chase Bank, the PBSO Honor Guard, Palm Beach Fire Rescue, and other community partners for making the event possible. In trouble with the IRS or the court system? Whatever the case might be, just know gift cards and wire transfers will never be required by authorities. Scammers are targeting the elderly. Please warn your parents, grandparents, or friends so they don't fall for deceptive pitches. PBSO conducted a seatbelt and child safety restraint enforcement over a recent weekend. They issued 16 criminal citations, 155 traffic citations, and 170 traffic warnings. Together, we can do better. It's been 3 years since the discovery of Baby June by an off-duty Boynton Beach firefighter. Baby June has still not been identified. Anyone with information, please call the PBSO Special Victims Unit. At PBSO, we know that parents sometimes have to leave their kids home alone. Before you do, we ask that you make sure your children are mature enough. Please make sure doors are locked and the home is secured. Keep a list of important numbers and make sure children know to call 911 for emergencies. Remember, we are a call away. Your feedback is welcome and important to improve both the quality of our service and the conduct of our deputies and civilians. The feedback helps us recognize and share examples of good and not so good practices. You can tell us how we are doing by logging on to pbso.org/feedback. Our deputies had a great time with the boys and girls from our Harmony in the Street summer camp. There are lots of great activities like playing Uno. Let's make some noise to congratulate and wish Mr. Bernie Garcia all the best. After 29 years of dedicated service, he is retiring. Bernie is part of our PBSO fleet management, making sure all our vehicles are safe to drive. Thank you for your service. You'll be missed. Through the PBSO Cares initiative, we identified a single mom who recently gave birth but is in need of a few things. We got her a baby mattress, newborn clothes, and other essentials for her daughter Amy, thanks to the generous donations of Our Savior Lutheran Church in Lake Worth Beach. The city of Green Acres is collecting new school supplies. They are looking for pencils, composition notebooks, highlighters, erasers, copy paper, glue sticks, children's scissors, pens, colored pencils, and backpacks. Supplies can be dropped off at collection bins inside the city. Thank you, Hope. Deputy Van Camp loved your heartfelt note. Sometimes it's the small gestures of appreciation that can make all the difference in our line of duty. Congrats to Deputy Feeman, who is the handler for Therapy Canine Dea. He was recognized for training the new therapy dogs at the Brevard Sheriff's Office Paws and Stripes College. Deputy Feeman makes us very PBSO proud. Sergeant Cullen was driving on Congress when he came across a stopped vehicle on the road. In the driver's seat was a 63-year-old man, crying with his forehead against the steering wheel. He said he was homeless and had been living in his car with his dog, Batman. Our PBSO homeless intervention team helped him get shelter and food as he works to turn his life around. Our deputies had some fun with local kids. We started the summer with a fishing derby. It's PBSO against the children of Lake Worth Beach. Meet Jayshawn Stevens. He is one of the kids that we have been mentoring over the last year, and he recently celebrated his 12th birthday. We surprised Jayshawn with a new skateboard and helmet for the special occasion. Allow us to introduce you to our two new court services canines, Ati and Blackjack. They got to meet Mayor Kerner at the County Commission meeting. If you see them around the court, know that they are there to protect all of us. Happy birthday to Mr. Ziggy, who recently turned 84 years old. We stopped by the Green Acres Community Center, where we meet senior citizens weekly to play board games to help him celebrate. And the PBSO family had a quadruple retirement celebration. Captain Jeffrey Jackson, Division Manager Susan Dean, Lieutenant Desai Bailey, and Lieutenant Katrina Taylor served proudly for many years. Join us in thanking them and wish them a lifetime of happiness. They make us PBSO proud. Now, back to you, Sheriff Bradshaw.
Okay, that'll do it for this episode of Behind the Star. On behalf of the men and women of the Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office, thank you for watching.